Hello Aquarius, my name is Keith Haswell. I'm a professional astrologer with 40 years experience in the business and over 30,000 clients worldwide. It's my pleasure to welcome you, Aquarius, to this analysis of your horoscope from a spiritual perspective for the year 2014. Now, based on your time of birth, we have what's called an ascendant. And the ascendant is the sign on the eastern horizon at the time of your first breath. And that becomes the cusp of your first house. Now you then have the next sign on the cusp of your second house, and the following sign to that on the cusp of your third house, and then the fourth house, fifth house, and so forth, all the way through the 12 houses of your horoscope. Now these houses of your horoscope are unique to your sign. So the impacts of these events and conditions in your life through these houses are going to be different than somebody who has a different sign than you. If you're not sure of your time of birth, then we use the sun as the cusp of the first house, and it's equally as accurate. Now these 12 signs of the zodiac embody energies, ray energies. And those ray energies are unique to you and your sign for all of the events and conditions that you experience through the 12 houses of your horoscope. The 12 houses of your horoscope are arenas of consciousness where you are living life to experience things in the form of events and conditions in your life. Now, looking at it from a spiritual perspective, these houses are avenues and arenas for the fulfillment of needs and for the expression of your consciousness. So each of the 12 houses has a different set of needs from the other house, and those will be impacted by the sign on the cusp of those houses. Now, for example, the first house is your self-initiated efforts, and you are living in a spiritual classroom, and you are out to experience things in life through these 12 houses and the events associated with each of those houses. Now, I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail in this reading about the type of events that are associated with each of the houses. I'll get to that a little bit later when I talk about things from the perspective of your individual horoscope. But to give you an understanding of what you are experiencing in terms of spiritual growth through these 12 houses, the first house is your fulfilling your needs for having impact in life and for commencing and starting new projects and ideas. Your personal power is connected with that first house. The second house is for the fulfillment of your security needs. Not only financial security, but physical security, emotional security, mental security, and spiritual security. The third house of your horoscope is fulfilling your communication needs, and those communications are with those close to you, like relatives and neighbours. The fourth house is fulfilling your belonging needs. You all have a number of needs in life that are being fulfilled in this spiritual classroom. And so belonging to a family unit, for example, or an established household with those who cohabitate with you in the home is very, very important for you to have a sense of belonging. The fifth house fulfills your need to love and to have fun, and entertainment and amusements fit into that. Children fit into that, so you can express your love. Romance fits into that, so you can express your love. So the need to have fun and to express your love is vitally important and part of your needs. The 6th house is fulfilling your service needs, and that is generally through meaningful work. Meaningful work is a vital part of good health for you. Through the 7th house, we fulfill our needs to be known, to have a partner in life, and to know somebody and be intimate with them and to be known in return. The 8th house fulfills your need for change, and we do that through introspection and reflection. The 9th house fulfills your needs for adventure and for expansion, and we do that through adult education and through travel and through philosophy and religious pursuits. The 10th house fulfills your esteeming needs and the need to be able to climb to the heights of success in a chosen field, in a career or in business, and to be well thought of in the community. The 11th house is fulfilling the needs to have friendships and to belong to a group. So friends and group activities and club activities fit into that arena. And the 12th house is the need for solitude and for reaching through that solitude and the mystery of solitude to your higher self, the divine, the spiritual part of yourself. Many times in life we do that through crisis, through hospitalization and internment and so forth, isolation and crisis and hardship in our life, just to force ourselves to have that solitude and that introspective aspect of our nature towards the spiritual side of our life. What I'm going to do for you now is I'm going to tell you about the way that your unique energies on the cusp of each of those 12 houses are fulfilling those needs, and looking at the type of conditions and events, but more importantly, the qualities, principles and values that you are inculcating into yourself as your character through those unique events and conditions that come from those energies on the cusp of your houses. Now, throughout this year of 2014, you've also got the movements of planets going through those houses. You've got Jupiter, which is a major beneficial influence, and I'll be interpreting what that means because you have got Jupiter in a different house in your horoscope during 2014 than what someone with a different sign has. And then there's Saturn. I'll be looking at Saturn for you and telling you what impact that Saturn has in the particular house that it sits in during 2014. And then I'll look at Uranus for you. So you just sit back and relax now and enjoy the journey with me. What I'm going to do for you now, Aquarius, is to help you to understand more about the nature of reality and your place in that reality. Sure, I'll be touching on personal events and conditions in your life, and there'll be a lot of information in there to help you to make the maps through the year ahead, 2014, for you to be able to navigate through the difficult parts and to be able to take full advantage of the beneficial parts of the year. But also what I'm going to do with you, Aquarius, is because you are a special person, and you are strongly attracted towards things that are unique and eccentric and innovative, and things like astrology and meditation and reincarnation are your natural forte. And it's very important, Aquarius, I can relate to you and you can relate to me, and so I'm going to pack a lot of information in here into this reading for you, so that you become more of who you really are, basically. The work of the soul is to wake you up. The work of God is to wake everybody else up. So I'm going to run through a lot of things here in your reading for you, Aquarius, which are going to perhaps be a little bit over your head, but you're on the scientific line. There's 7 rays in the solar system. The first, the third, the 5th and the 7th are on the scientific line, because the 5th ray is the ray of science. You're on the 7th ray, which is the on that same line. So you have a scientific mind, but you're also very innovative, and you are looking to pioneer into new realms and dimensions. So it's very, very exciting, Aquarius. We're all in a spiritual classroom. It's important to let that in and to understand that there are levels of consciousness beyond the human level altogether, that we are all going to grow towards and become more of who we really are, so that we can go on into higher dimensions and higher levels of consciousness and higher levels of understanding and higher levels of spirituality and so forth. So don't lose sight of the fact, Aquarius, that we're all in a spiritual classroom. Now, you've got the sun or the ascendant in Aquarius, and so that's on the cusp of your first house. And the first house is the house where you are having impact. We all have a bundle of needs, and these needs are being fulfilled through our life and through the events and conditions of our life and through our experiences in life, Aquarius. And with Aquarius on the cusp of the first house, you are desiring to have impact. That's your need, is to have impact in an innovative way, a futuristic way, and a unique way, and a pioneering way. So that's one of the energies that you are basic in your being, and you have a scientific sort of a mind. And so what you are out to do is to have impact of a pioneering nature, and to have impact of an innovative nature and a unique nature. So you're accustomed to being called unique and different and unusual and way out there by some people, no doubt. But I'm going to run through each of your 12 houses, which are the houses that are designed to bring events and conditions in your life for you to gain experience, and for you to have experience through those events and conditions in order to take from that experience knowledge and change and innovation in your case. So you desire to have impact of a futuristic nature, an innovative nature, and intuitive nature. Now I'm going to look at the movements of the planets as well, Aquarius, through the houses of your horoscope as I'm proceeding, and I'll be able to tell you when you've got which houses that you have planets in. And these are the moving planets, the transiting planets in the heavens, and we're looking mainly at the outer planets, which are the planet Saturn, Uranus, and Jupiter. So these 3 planets are quite slow moving, and they are sitting in one of your houses throughout the whole year of 2014. And they are going to have impact upon you, and I'm going to delineate that impact for you and tell you how you can take full advantage of the energies from those planets that are coursing through that particular house of yours. Now, you don't have any planets stationary in the sign Aquarius in this year. None of those 3 planets are stationary in the first house of your horoscope, Aquarius. But you do have impact from Uranus. Uranus is your ruler. it rules the sign Aquarius. Now you may not be able to follow everything that I'm going to share with you here, but whatever I'm doing here is a step forward in the evolution of your consciousness. And so just bear with me and have persistence and vision, and you've got my intensives to go on with into deeper understanding about the nature of reality and our place in that reality. We're all in this spiritual classroom, and it's absolutely incredible that the average person is not aware of that fact, that we're all there to grow and reach and stretch and become more of who we really are. So you've got Uranus is retrograde. Now retrograde means that the planet is in an apparent backward motion, going backwards in relation to the Earth. And when that happens, it impacts upon the house that is ruled by that particular planet. Now Uranus rules Aquarius, and so therefore the first house of your horoscope is impacted when this planet Uranus starts going backwards. Things start getting shaky in your life. So this happens in your life in 2014 on the 23rd of July, and it lasts until the 22nd of December. So that means that during this time, Aquarius, you are going to have a little bit of trouble in getting your self-initiated efforts and your projects and your things that you want to get started and having impact in the world. You're going to have to work that much harder to be able to get these things going and to be able to get them and to plan things out carefully. You must plan things out carefully and bring it down from the mental plane, give it desire in the emotional plane, and manifest it into physical reality in the world of our experience here. Now you've got Pisces on the cusp of your second house, Aquarius, and Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter embodies the second ray of love wisdom. So you desire to have wisdom with regard to the handling of your money, and you get your security in life, your sense of security, which is fulfilled through the second house, your need for security, not only financial security but physical security in your health, emotional security, and mental security and spiritual security. So you are getting security out of that second house, and you've got Pisces on the cusp of the second house. Pisces is a lot of energies that are there to handle, and they're not easy energies to handle. It's a mutable sign, so you can have a lot of fluctuating circumstances as far as your finances are concerned, and your sense of security can be all over the place. But it's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is out to turn knowledge into wisdom. You see, knowledge taken in, it means nothing unless it's applied. It has to be applied, Aquarius, and then it can be turned into wisdom. So that's the task at hand for all of us, is you in particular are utilising your finances in order to expand your understanding about financial matters and wise budgeting and how to develop wisdom with the handling of money. And you're handling all of these mutable energies of Pisces there that are scattering things all over the place, and you've got to try and stabilise all of that and wisely budget and handle your money with wisdom and forethought. So knowledge, when it's applied, it turns into wisdom. Now Jupiter, Aquarius, is the ruler of Pisces, and Jupiter is in an apparent backward motion, going retrograde in your life and in your horoscope from the 1st of January to the 7th of March, and then it goes direct, and then it goes retrograde again on the 9th of December. So that means that from the 1st of January to the 7th of March, and again from the 22nd of December onwards through into the new year, you are going to find that your finances are going to be quite a bit scattered. So you're experiencing that now, because we're in that period right now as you're watching this video. And so your finances are going to be rather scattered. It's not easy for you to be able to get it all together as far as your money is concerned, and that's going to remain that way until the 7th of March, Aquarius, and then things are going to go a lot better for you as far as your finances are concerned throughout the rest of the year. Now, going on to your 3rd house, Aquarius, you've got Aries on the cusp of your 3rd house. Aries is ruled by Mars, and it's a lot of energy there. You've got a lot of enthusiasm. You want to have impact in terms of you have needs in terms of communication. But with Aries on the cusp of the 3rd house, it's easy for you to be impulsive in speech and aggressive in speech and dominating and domineering in speech. So this is one of the tests in life that you have. You've got to work on developing compassion and understanding and sympathy, and also patience, and not to express anger, which is an easy thing for you to do, Aquarius, in terms of your communication with loved ones and relatives and neighbours and those who are close to you. Also, it can express itself through the driving of your motor vehicle and so forth. You can drive too fast. You can end up having an accident on the road if you're not careful. And you can have an impact upon your lungs, and also the hands and the arms are ruled by the 3rd house, and so therefore you can have a scar on the hand or the arm from a cut, burn or a scald, lung and bronchial trouble from fevers and things like that, and accidents on the road are there as a potential for you. So you've got to be very careful, Aquarius, in handling these energies, because you've got a tremendous amount of enthusiasm there, but you've got to direct that enthusiasm into constructive channels. You've got a very exciting thing as far as your 3rd house is concerned, Aquarius. You've got Uranus, your ruler, is in the 3rd house of your horoscope for the whole of 2014. So you are noticing already a tremendous amount of innovation in your thinking processes. Your intuition is working overtime, and you're studying and researching and investigating all sorts of scientific things and futuristic things and innovative things. And you have a tremendous urge inside of yourself to become more of who you really are through innovation and through New Age philosophies and things like that. So to be able to go through my intensives is pretty much incumbent upon you, Aquarius, because you have Uranus there, your ruler, prompting you to expand your understanding about futuristic things like astrology, meditation and reincarnation. So with Uranus in the 3rd house of your horoscope for the whole of the year, Aquarius, that's an incredible thing to be having there. And so it's really incumbent upon you to take full advantage of those energies that are driving you to expand your understanding about the nature of reality and your place in that reality. And so my intensives are there for you. You haven't been brought to my website by chance. Your higher self has brought you to my website in order to take the next step forward in the evolution of your consciousness. And there's so much there to learn. About what? About the nature of reality and your place in that reality, and how you can create your events and conditions in your life more consciously instead of subconsciously, as most are doing it. They're doing it through their attitudes and beliefs and their thoughts and their feelings, and it's all working on the subconscious mind. And they have a lot of attitudes and beliefs there in the subconscious mind, such as I never succeed and I'll never amount to anything, and low self-esteem and problems with self-image and anger and domination and martyrhood and manipulation and control and so forth. So they think that they're not lovable, but everybody is lovable. Everybody has a piece of God inside of themselves that gives you all the properties, all the qualities and all the powers of God inside of yourself now. Our task is to recognise that fact, Aquarius, and to unfold those powers. Now the 4th house, Aquarius, is ruled by Taurus. You've got Taurus on the cusp of the 4th house. Now Taurus is Venus ruled, and that's a scientific line of thinking. And so as far as the home is concerned, you're very scientific in the running of the home and the domestic side of life. You enjoy artistic things around the place, Venus ruling Taurus. And so you enjoy little statuettes and knickknacks and artistic things around the home. And you love social activities around the home as well. So you live in a nice place and you keep it nice, and you're proud of the place and so forth. And you are using the energies that are there on the cusp of that house to fulfill your belonging needs, to fulfill your need to belong to a family and to a home environment and a group and a unit and so forth with those who cohabitate with you in the home. Now the 5th house, Aquarius, has got Gemini on the cusp of it. Gemini embodies the energies of love, wisdom, and it's ruled by Mercury. So there's a lot of changing interests as far as your social life is concerned. You are fulfilling your needs through the 5th house to have fun and to express love. And you do that through children, you do that through love and romance, you do that through the social side of life and through sporting interests and things like that. And with Mercury on the cusp there, you've got a lot of different interests. You could have many different interests in terms of the social side of life. You enjoy social activities with relatives and neighbours with Gemini on the cusp there. And you enjoy a lot of changing things. And you enjoy driving and listening to music while you drive. And you enjoy innovative things, and you got a lot of different interests, a lot of different irons in the fire, what you might say, as far as your social side of life is concerned. You could have 2 romantic attachments going at the same time at some time in your life. So there's many changing and fluctuating experiences in life through that 5th house, and you are there learning how to express your love and also to bring in knowledge and to turn that into wisdom, because Mercury is part of the love wisdom side of things. Now we move on to the 6th house of your horoscope, Aquarius. This is where you fulfill your needs for service, and you do that through the job. Meaningful employment is an important part of our health, and so work and also health and dietary matters all fit into this 6th house of your horoscope. And you've got Cancer on the cusp of your 6th house. That means that you perhaps work from home at some time in your life. You are there fulfilling your needs for service, and you work from home. You could have a lot of dealings with family members as far as the work is concerned and the job is concerned. You would quite feasibly have domestic pets around the home with Cancer on the cusp there, and the 6th house, domestic pets fit into that category. And you have a wonderful thing, Aquarius, throughout the whole of 2014. You've got Jupiter stationary there and moving in transit through the 6th house of your horoscope. Now that means that it's a wonderful year for you as far as improving your health is concerned, and finding meaningful work and expanding in your job and travel connected with the job perhaps. There's a lot of opportunity there for you to change jobs or improve yourself as far as your work is concerned, and also to be wise, because Jupiter is the embodiment of the 2nd ray of love, wisdom. And so therefore it's important for you to take full advantage of that opportunity with Jupiter in the 6th house of getting stuck into good health and through exercise and right diet. Jupiter is there to expand your opportunities as far as work is concerned, and to expand your understanding and your knowledge and your wisdom with regard to health, exercise and diet. So it's a wonderful year for you as far as work is concerned, and also matters relating to health and diet. And so you will find plenty of opportunity to express your service and to fulfill your service needs in the 6th house in 2014, Aquarius. Now you've got Leo on the cusp of your 7th house, and the 7th house is the house of marriage partner, and is the house whereby you fulfill your needs to have a partner and to have a mate, and also to be known and to know somebody. So being known is a vital need in our life, in this spiritual classroom that we call our space-time rule set that we call Earth. So with Leo on the cusp there, your partner would be of upper class type of person, a person who's very proud and keeps themselves dressed nicely and so forth. And you are very conscious and aware of the need to have a partner and to be in a relationship and to have somebody that you can get to know and who can know you in return. So being known is vitally important for you. So yes, it's a lot of social activities there connected with Leo, and a lot of social activities there with the general public. You like to get out to restaurants and places of amusement, to shopping malls and things like that, and to group activities with the general public, such as parades and things like that. All of that appeals to you, Aquarius. Now the 8th house is where you fulfill your needs for change in this spiritual classroom, Aquarius. And you've got Virgo on the cusp of your 8th house. So that means that you bring about change within yourself through your employment and through your service and through health matters and dietary matters and exercise and so forth. There's a lot of changing circumstances in your life in regard to joint finances with Virgo on the cusp of the 8th house, because it rules joint finances that you share with your partner. And so there'll be a lot of fluctuating circumstances and changeable circumstances there. So the idea is to bring about change within yourself by stabilising finances and things like that. That's how you do it in regard to the inner change, and through the service connected with your job and so forth. And looking after yourself as far as health and diet is concerned. Now we go to the 9th house, Aquarius, and the 9th house, you have got Libra on the cusp of the 9th house. So that means that you are fulfilling your needs for expansion, your needs for adventure, and your needs to become more of who you really are through relationships. Libra is the sign of relationships. And so therefore you have a desire to form a relationship for the express purpose of being able to become more of who you really are, to expand and grow and reach and stretch to become more of the giant that you truly are, through partnership and through getting to know somebody and them getting to know you. And you enjoy going out there and working in the general public and things like that, and mixing with the general public. And you probably like to travel as well with your partner. And you like to take on courses of study and so forth together with your partner, and to do adult education. So this is how you expand and become more of who you really are. Now the 10th house, Aquarius, you've got Scorpio on the cusp of your 10th house. Scorpio is a bundle of energies that are connected with the sex function, and you've got a very exciting thing there in regard to your 10th house. The 10th house is the house whereby you are fulfilling your esteeming needs. And with Scorpio on the cusp there, you are always in a state of introspection and reflection about how you can make changes and adjustments within yourself in order to attain honour and respect in the community and to achieve your highest ambitions in life. So you've got this deep introspective aspect of your nature, and connected with the career, it's going to see you perhaps getting involved in a sexual relationship with somebody that you either work with or meet through the career or business at some time in your life. There'll be an element of mystery there. The Scorpio is a very mysterious sort of a sign. It's a fixed sign, so you don't like many changes as far as your job is concerned, or you don't like many changes as far as your business is concerned. So you're involved in a lot of deep thinking and reflection upon things to do with business and to do with your career and your ambitions in life. And through this introspection, you bring about change and you attain honour and respect in the community through that activities. Now you've got a very powerful influence there in regard to your 10th house, Aquarius, for the whole of the year. You've got Saturn sitting in the 10th house of your horoscope by transit right throughout the whole of the year. And Saturn sitting in the 10th house is going to call upon you to be practical and down to earth and to follow the law of economy. The law of economy means to use time, energy and money wisely and economically. And so you're called upon by Saturn in the year of 2014, Aquarius, to plan things out carefully with regard to your career and business, to have a structured plan and to implement that plan through a number of steps and stages, and to bring it down into physical reality as conditions and events in terms of business and your career. So you're not allowed to be lazy or anything like that, otherwise Saturn's going to make it very difficult for you in regard to the career. So it's not a good idea to make changes in your job when you've got Saturn in the 10th house of your horoscope. So it's a time for you to stabilise and manage the existing job that you have and the existing business. It's not a good time for expansion in business. Now, as far as the 11th house is concerned, Aquarius, you have Sagittarius on the cusp of your 11th house, and through the 11th house you are fulfilling your needs to be involved in a group and to form friendships, and it covers club activities and group activities in life, group sporting activities and things like that too. And with Sagittarius on the cusp of the 11th house, it means that you perhaps have a number of friendships with people who were born overseas, and there's a lot of things connected there with the educational side of things and with the travel side of things, and also with regard to sporting interest and things like that. With Sagittarius on the cusp there of the 11th house, it brings in sporting activities and interests, and it's quite an exciting thing to have there. So there's a lot of group involvements, and that's one of the ways that you expand yourself to new horizons, is through group activities and interests. Now Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, being on the cusp there of your 11th house, and Jupiter is in an apparent backward motion, Aquarius, in a retrograde motion from the beginning of the year through to the 7th of March. So that means that things to do with friends, things to do with group activities and interests in this period will perhaps not go as smoothly as you want to. so that you're going to have to work that much harder to manifest your goals and your aspirations as far as your relationships with friends are concerned and your group activities are concerned. Then on the 7th of March, Jupiter goes direct again, so things are going to go well for you for the balance of the year, with the exception of the 9th of December. The 9th of December, Jupiter goes retrograde again. And so that means that leading up to Christmas and on into the new year, you're going to experience again those unsettled conditions through friends, and those unsettled conditions to do with group activities, and your needs to be belonging to a group and to be involved in the group side of things and to have friendships are going to be a little bit unstable in your life. And the final house of your horoscope, Aquarius, is Capricorn on the cusp of your 12th house. Now Capricorn on the cusp of your 12th house, where you are fulfilling your needs for solitude and for introspection and reflection, and through inner change and transformation and aspiration towards the divine that you attain through that solitude, has got the influence of Saturn there. On the cusp of the 12th house is Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. And so therefore you have a lot of secret worries about career and business and your ambitions in life, secret worries about parents perhaps, and there seems to be a need for solitude there, perhaps coming through depression, and fear and things like that can creep in. So you've got to be able to structure your moments of solitude, and you've got to be able to take control of this instead of having solitude coming through crisis and hardship and struggle and fear and anxiety and doubt and insecurity and that sort of thing, and crisis and worries about the career side of things too. You can plan to have your periods of solitude in daily meditation, for example. And you have got some impact there too, because Saturn is the ruler of the 12th house of your horoscope. And Saturn is in an apparent backward motion from the 3rd of March to the 21st of July. Now this means, Aquarius, that during that time, from the 3rd of March to the 21st of July, things that are going to go a little bit awry. And you'll have secret worries and insecurities creeping in, and Saturn is trying to say to you there that you've got to work that much harder to take advantage of solitude and to lift yourself out of that negative potential there for depression and worries and fears and anxieties and doubts and insecurities and so forth. So they're the sort of experiences that you're going to have throughout 2014, and these are the qualities, principles and values, Aquarius, that you are working on to develop in this lifetime, in this year, in this time, to be able to become more of who you really are. Well, I thank you for your attentiveness there, and now that I've done that work for you and done that analysis for you, if you can see some correlation there in what the signs on the cusp of your houses has meant through 2014, and also what the movements of Saturn and Jupiter and Uranus has meant, if you can see some correlation there with what I've interpreted, it's incumbent upon you to follow up on this. And where do you go from here? Well, the natural way for you to go is to get into my intensives. Now, I'm happy to provide you with 12 CDs out of my first book, What Really Matters, which is a book on astrology, meditation and reincarnation, free of charge. The 12 CDs out of that book are with my voice, with beautiful, relaxing backing music. And I'm happy to help you to become more of the giant that you truly are. You have more power inside of yourself than you think. You have a tremendous amount of power, and you can turn the events and conditions of your life. If you're experiencing pain and hardship and struggle in your life in any way, then you can turn those events and conditions around, because all of those events and conditions are a reflection of your raw materials, your attitudes, your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, and the decisions and choices that those attitudes, beliefs, and thoughts and feelings engender from within yourself. No one is doing it to you. Karma is never assigned. It's always chosen by ourselves. So it's time for you to become more of the giant that you truly are. We've all made mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be human. So I look forward to working further with you through my intensives, and then there's all of my videos. Over 100 videos now have been done for you to be able to help you to understand more about the nature of reality and your place in that reality. And as you progress through my intensives, you can get your horoscope number 2 done by me, and you can get your horoscope number 3, which is an individual reading of your horoscope using my voice. But do subscribe to my videos, because I'll be bringing out more than 100 videos in 2014 alone. And through those videos, I'm helping you to become more of who you really are. So subscribe to my videos, submit your birth details to my website, and we'll be able to then send you a whole bunch of goodies to help you to become more of who you really are. So I thank you for your attentiveness here, and look forward to working further with you should you decide to take me up on that. Thank you.